fat muscle, this one with aging. Okay, so this one, what it does is that it helps to resist aging because all the cells in the body have the ability to resist aging. But over time, it's not so good, right? And then we start to age. Okay, so what it does, because it helps in every single cell, every single part of the body has some benefit. The first, in fact, a lot of the research has come out, skin will improve within a couple of weeks of using this. But the more amazing one is brain. Your activity of the brain becomes they found 100% improvement in memory. Who needs that? Right? They found 100% improvement in brain function, right? So it will keep you mentally alert, right? And a lot of other different aspects of the body. So it's not meant to cure illnesses, but we've helped to help a lot of people. This lady is 72 years old, right? Look at her. Skin has improved, right? This is her. This is her mom at 95. That was last year, so mom is 96 this year. They were shopping in Hong Kong, and we found them. We take picture. Okay. They help people with inflammation disorders because it helps the skin, right? Not saying that it's to cure, right? But it can help to improve the situation. Help people with eczema, also an inflammation disorder, right? This one is aging, right? This is what they call the 老人斑, right? Aging, it reduces, right? Our friends are a lot happier. Or even help with wound healing. Our friend's father's leg. This is caused by varicose veins, so there's a lot less blood flow to the limbs. So that he always had this wound on the leg that never healed for 10 years. It would dry up, and then it would crack, and then it would dry up, and then crack. And then after that, on the supplement, it really helped with wound healing as well. Okay? Or even just to be younger, our friend's parents. Can you see? Just younger. Okay? And feel better. So with all this technology, we have also gone on to customization. So I'm going through all these. It's a large chunk in terms of products, but I need to talk about it because when you think about this, all the different products that I spoke about, have you found anything out there in the market that is similar or comparable? None. None. And that's what makes us very unique. We have products that people cannot copy. Okay? And this one is interesting. Ask your friend to show you this demonstration too. This is actually a skincare robot. Right? It works together with an app. Right? Get your friend to let you play with this app later. That will give you a customized skin code only meant for you. There are 2,000 over permutations, right? And this will be given to you in this little device here. And it will deliver the products to you, right? In such a way that for the ladies, or maybe some of the men, when you put on skincare, you realize you actually have to put on one layer, and then you wait a while for it to kind of like go in. And then you got to put another layer, and then you pat and wait, right? This one, it has done it for you, and it has technology called micro layering. So you just put it on, it will do that for you. So you don't have to like pat so many times. Okay? So it's a very sophisticated technology, right? We spend millions of dollars on this, and when you are in Singapore, you get a certain skin code, right? Because Singapore is so hot and humid. But do you think when you go to London now, your skin code is the same? Or maybe when you go to let's say a colder region now, right? Maybe you go down south. It'll be different, you know, right? So even then, your own skincare code, whatever skincare ingredients they're going to give you, will change based on your location as well. Okay? So it's a very interesting device, right? Ask your friend to show you this. So I share all this because have you seen something like this in the market outside? Customized skincare only for you. All of us will have different skincare. It cannot be we all walk in the same shop, all come out with the same skincare, right? I mean, you're Caucasian, you're Indian, you're Chinese, right? And we're all different age groups as well, right? So we cannot have the same skincare. So a very sophisticated device. And once people start to use this, you know how we use it? We put our hand in the device, and then it will just dispense, and we just put it on the face. We do not have to open a single bottle, right? After this, you ask me to open another bottle, it's like, you're so troublesome. Right? What has it done? It's changed my habit. Right? When you can change somebody's habit, they will be your customer for life. Correct? Right? So think about this. I'll just put it out to you because I want to share with you about this concept called disruptive technology. It's not a new concept, everybody knows about it. Right? Maybe some of you, before you were born, some of you don't even know what's this. It's too young. Right? You don't know, right? What's that? Okay?
Yeah.
Right? You've heard of companies called Nokia, right? You've heard of companies called Blockbuster, Kodak. Now they are no more in business because Kodak was phased out by this thing called digital cameras, digital technology, right? So we don't need a film anymore. Nokia, a great mobile phone, they had 90% of the market, but they did not innovate. And then they got replaced by all the smartphones, right? And now the business doesn't exist anymore. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about disruptive technology. And a disruptive technology is one that changes somebody's habits. So think about this one, the one I was talking about. When somebody's habits change, then it disrupts the whole industry. And the whole industry will change. Okay? So this is one of them. And if you're on the wrong side of your business, and if you keep insisting on doing that business, what will happen to you? You'll be phased out. And that's exactly what happened to Nokia. Okay? So I read a newspaper article about this, quite a popular video rental company in Singapore. They call it Pokim, right? You've heard of it? Right? I don't know how long they're going to last because when I read about the people building the business, they're insistent that they can still stay strong over time. But when I look at Netflix nowadays, why would I want to have a video rental, right? Right? So where are you positioned? So ask yourself, since you're here, right, if you're running your own business, are you positioned on the right end of the spectrum or the wrong end of the spectrum? Or if you're working for somebody, is your company positioned in the right spectrum? Okay? And then I want to show you this. Who came here by Grab or Uber? Right? Have you tried Airbnb? Has anybody gone on Taobao or Alibaba or even Zalora to buy products? Right? Now, all these are the way things are going. It's changed the way people do businesses. It's changed the way people do businesses, right? Because when I look at all these, and these are the most valuable companies in the world, but the most valuable company in the world doesn't really own a hotel. One of the most valuable retailers in the world, he does not even produce his own products. Doesn't have any of it. One of the largest taxi companies in the world, they don't even own a taxi, right? But we can get the concept now. Why? Because a lot of times when people want to build a business, you know what they think? I must set up a shop. I must have lots of products, right? That is the traditional way of thinking. What if you can have a business whereby you don't have to have a physical shop, whereby you can just connect customers to be able to obtain these products without you being there all the time, right? Do you have a business? But you can see this, right? What do? They connect. Alibaba connects you to the people selling the products. Airbnb connects you to the homeowners who want to rent out their place, right? They are connectors, and connectors can make a lot of money by building it as a business. So when I look at this business called New Skin, you always think, these people must be selling products out from their house, right? Maybe you go to my house, you think that inside there got boxes and boxes of things, so after that you can come to my house and pick up products. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. What we do is we connect. We connect you to this company called New Skin. We teach you how to buy directly from them. My role is to educate. I educate you on why these products will benefit you, how they can benefit you, how do they work, right? And who's suitable for them. And I teach you how to get it from them directly. And I make a lot of money doing that. Okay, so another concept. First, you must be in the right spectrum of disruptive technology. Secondly, you can build a business without having a shop by being a connector. Okay, and trends are shifting. Okay, trends are shifting. John Little is not here anymore, right? I heard Michael Kors is closing a lot of stores, right? I just read, I don't know whether it's fake, nowadays I don't know whether it's fake news. But I just read that Tim Ho Wan is closing all the stores in Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know whether it's fake news, I just read it just now. Okay? But then we see retail stores are closing, but people doing retail are raking it in. Online presence. Does your business have an online presence? Right? Can you see the difference? Right? Online presence. My business here is online presence. My New Skin business, because it is of its online presence, I have business in 54 countries, possibilities of business in 54 countries, and I can be seated in my bedroom and building a business in 54 different countries. Okay? Look at this. You know these symbols? Who knows this one? Twitter. This one? Pinterest. Instagram. YouTube, right? And this one? You know they're all connected. Do you know that through the use of social media, you can build a huge business in this platform, right? Globally, online. We produce products. If we are in the disruptive technology position, we are in youth preservation, we are where people want to, we have products that where people want to be, right? So, because you always see people, oh, how come these bloggers, they write, then they can earn so much money just sit in front of the computer. And you wonder, right? And then you put up a Facebook post of where you went to eat the best nasi lemak. And all your friends say, where? Where's the address? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Do you know you can influence people with what you share? And with the ability to do that with New Skin, your influence can actually become a business as well. Okay, so we are positioned in what I call the business of the future. Right? Everybody is trying to do online business. Do you have friends who are thinking of doing online businesses? Yes? Right, but what do? They start up a web page, then they go to Bangkok, the Chatuchak market, and then they buy all the merchandise, come back, and then they try and sell here, right? And then, so what is it? It's not unique. It's duplicable. I mean, he sells the t-shirt $10, I sell it $9, right? Right? So it's not duplicable. But what we have here is unique products that people can have. Okay? Oops. Okay. So anyway, just a very quick one. Is it me or is it warm in this room? I think that, can you just give me a second? I just turned the aircon on.
Aircon got cut.
Okay, so very quickly, I just want to explain to you the concept of this business. Okay, the concept. So you get it, we actually can do it online, right? We don't have to own any products, you don't have to own a store, which is great because there's no risk, right? But what's the concept? Okay, if I give you $1 million now, will you take it? Or if I give you 2 cents and for the next 30 days, every day I double this. Okay, it's not a trick question, very quickly. What I'm trying to just show you is that it's a business that can compound, it can multiply. Okay, so if I double it every day, actually by day 30 is $10 million. Okay, so the first thing I saw in this business is that the income can double. Why is it important for your income to double? Inflation, right? Because some of you say, never mind, but actually the coffee already doubled, right? Right? And one of the things that I realized about this is that not only can the income double, it can double passively. That means by itself over time. Initially, you need to put in the hard work. There's work, you need to build this business. But after some time, it can come in passively without you doing very much. Okay? Important, you know why? No, when you go onto a regular job, they pay you a lot of money. But at the age of 60 or maybe 65 now, you retire, right? And your income stream stops. Okay? But you know what continues? Your bills. Your bills don't stop. Right? So the passive income is very important. Okay? And yeah, actually I noticed after you die also somebody still has to pay some bills for you. Do you realize? Okay? So first you must have a passive income stream that can double. Okay? Now secondly, how can this work? Very simply, you become a walking model of the products. You love the products, you're happy, you can share with people, you lost the weight, your skin is better, and you share, 5 people notice, you share with 5 friends who really love it, and you share with 5, and we share with 5. So this is multiples of 5, just a hypothetical thing, okay? So if 5 times 5 times 5, at the end of it, you have 20,000 people that you can share with, right? And think about this, if you see the type of products we have, toothpaste, shampoo, highly consumable products, face wash, regular vitamins, right? What happens if all these customers, every month they give me $1? I get 20,000 a month. What if they give me 10? I get 200,000 a month. What if they give me 100? It's $2 million a month. So it's a business of multiplication. Okay, so as a dentist, my business is the same. Okay, what I call word of mouth marketing. Maybe I take out your wisdom tooth, then you say no pain lah. So you tell him and 5 friends, okay? Then they all come, so no pain, right? So they tell 5 friends, they tell 5 friends, and 5 friends, and 5. After some time, there are 20,000 people standing outside my clinic. Want me to take out your wisdom tooth, right? So now it's kind of funny, right? But you know what? What's the difference? Because I realize I cannot see 20,000 people my whole lifetime. Okay? But the difference between this business and me as a dentist, even though it's the same thing, word of mouth marketing, is that me as a dentist is everything's on me. I have to show up. I'm the most important person in my revenue generation. Does this sound nice? I'm the most important person in my revenue generation. You know what? It sounds scary to me. Why? Because if I'm not there, then where's the money coming? Right? So are you in the same position as me? Are you the most important person in your revenue generation? Because if you are, what happens to you? What if you fall sick? What if I break my finger? Then what? The income is zero. Okay. Where do I want to be positioned? I want to be positioned where I'm the least important person in my revenue generation. Means I don't have to be there. The money comes in. That means I can go and play golf, I can go for my holiday, I can do whatever I want. The money keeps coming in, I have peace of mind. Right? That is the difference. Okay? So at this point, I just want to introduce my business partner. Okay, a very accomplished business lady. Her name is Roslyn. She was runs restaurants previously. She worked in a corporate world, very high flyer. Before she came to do businesses, she's an author. She owns a traditional Chinese medicine clinic. She's also a conscious cuisine chef. So I'm going to invite Roslyn to share. Everybody, please give Roslyn a round.
Thank you, Dr. Lau. No, actually, you already shared a little bit about myself. Hello, so I'm Roslyn. So like everybody else, you know, I'm a Singaporean, and but I consider myself a global citizen because I've lived in 5 different countries, and that is very important why I choose New Skin, because it has to be a global platform. So what happened is, since young, I always wanted to be my own boss. But my father, who is a businessman, said that, "Ayo, that's a very hard life. So I give you a good education, go and get a job and just get married and have kids." So that's what exactly I did, and I worked in the corporate job for 20 years, climbed the ladder until when I was in my 40s. And one day in my 40s, I said, "Oh, what happened to my entrepreneurship dream, you know?" And of course, with the blessing of my husband, I quit my job. was a very painful decision, lots of sacrifice from the salary point of view, but I told myself I need to live my life. So I became a chef, a concert chef, and I went on to open a cooking school, cafe, restaurants, F&B consultancy companies, in between a clinic, and I was happy doing what I was doing, but it was not exactly what I wished for. What happened is I realized that I was actually literally working very, very hard for my landlords, working very, very hard for my staff, my customer, except for myself, and my health was compromised. And that's where I realized in traditional business, I learned 3 very important concepts, and that is cash flow, leverage that Dr. Lam talked about, and scalability. And that, at the point in time, I wanted to franchise my restaurants. But I sat there and said, well, can I imagine myself running a F&B franchise, traveling all over the region and things like that? And the answer was no. And at that point in time, I was very, very grateful to Aisu over there. She's a total stranger. And how do I meet Aisu? Aisu was actually my TCM Clinic's partner's ex-neighbor. Oh, wow. So what happened is she had invited him for a anti-aging talk, and then perhaps my doctor felt that I need to anti-age myself because I was so stressed with my work, and so he invited me to the talk. And then I was very, very impressed with ageLOC, the science, the product. Immediately I bought the products. But subsequently, I sold my restaurant, I came to the business. Why did I come to the business? For a different CPF, I call it CPF. Number one, I finally found a platform that I have control over my destiny, my future. Number 2, P. P was I have passion to enjoy to do what I want to do. And P for peace of mind, because like Dr. Lam said, we don't have actually a huge overhead unlike my traditional business. And of course, there is a recurring passive income. And more importantly, the F is for freedom, because I told you that I am a global citizen. I cannot sit still in Singapore, so I got to travel. So therefore, let me share with you some slides. This is my transformation. Okay, I must tell you that I started using Nu Skin way before November 2013, but I can't look down on skincare because in my traditional job, in the corporate job, I was managing beauty salons and very high level, premium skincare products. So I can't look down on MLM skincare at the point in time, but my sponsor said I must at least try the galvanic spa, and this is after one session. And I thought, wow, I was using all these fantastic products. Perhaps I was oxidized as a chef, behind the kitchen and everything. And this is what happened. And many years later, 2013, recently I entered the company contest because my sponsor said must go and enter, right? And then I was chosen as one of the finalists. Not bad lah. I mean, the transformation, as you can see, I'm already in my 50s. And well, many people say that in this business you will start to lose a lot of friends, and I couldn't decide. I got so many photos, I got to cram it onto one slide. And this is my Nu Skin family. Like for example, we had our team sports star party, we have Bollywood party. 2 years ago, we went to Nu Skin convention in Utah, and a bunch of us all jumping there. And this is a bunch of our business builders over here, doing dreams with our Lego. And my friends here at Nu Skin celebrated my 50th birthday last year, and of course that's my ageLOC me. And this is finalists in the contest. So this is my Nu Skin family. And besides Nu Skin family, why is it important that I choose to do this business? And we call it a Type 5 lifestyle. What do you mean by Type 5? It means simultaneously, you got to have time freedom, financial freedom, youth, happiness, and also health. So therefore, this is what we are all chasing after in terms of why do we choose to do Nu Skin. And of course over there, traveling with my Nu Skin friends to San Francisco. See, over here looks like we book up the whole airplane. That's Dr. Lam over there. So many of us enjoying ourselves. Amidst our traveling, we also have fun. This got me outside of my comfort zone to go whitewater rafting. And of course, as a chef, I was a ambassador for Hitachi oven, so I do a whole bunch of cooking class for them. This is with the media. And of course, I volunteer on the weekends with a domestic helper school. And of course, this is traveling with my family. And doing this business gives me a lot of time. every Friday is Parents' Day for me. I only do half a day New Skin on Friday, and basically I just spend the whole morning, afternoon till about 3 o'clock with my mom and dad, taking them to places that they want to eat, bringing them to see their friends and things like that. So this business allows me to really do what I enjoy doing, and that is doing all the things, my family, my friends, and my passion. So I do not know about you, but maybe New Skin may or may not be for you, but for me, I'm definitely in love with this business, because without the business, I cannot imagine myself doing all these things. I would still be slogging behind the kitchen, building my restaurant business. So come with an open mind, and I'm going to hand the mic over to Dr. Lam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ross. See, business people, yeah, coming to do this business, chef, right? Yeah, and conscious cuisine chef as well. Right, this is a 10-year anniversary picture for me, 10 years ago. Okay, and now, right? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about youth preservation. Okay, so I love being a dentist, so this is one of my dental clinics. And you go to the dentist very often? No? You don't, right? How often do you go?
Twice a year.
Only when you have a toothache or something like that. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people, when they sit on this dental chair, a lot of my patients, they make this comment. They would say, "Oh, Dr. Lam, you're very lucky, because every day you've got such a nice view." Right? But in my heart, I'm thinking, did you seriously think that I'm looking at this all the time? Because actually, this is what I'm looking at all the time. Right? But even if I want a nice window view, why would I want to look at that all day? Why wouldn't I want to look at this? Now, this is my window view. Okay? When I went to the French Alps, and there's kind of the hotel I stayed in was like has this window on the roof kind of thing. So I open my eyes, then I see this. Okay. So when I was thinking, wow, if you could have a view like this, not bad. I could give you another view. What if you could have this view instead? Okay. So I went paragliding. So my hotel is somewhere down there, and those were the mountains that you see from my hotel room. Okay. Now there is a difference with this view, right? And this view. Okay, this view, you can be bedridden, you can be on a wheelchair, right? To have this view. Okay, now to get this view, this is me by the way, right? You need help. Do you realize that? You need help because literally we have to run off the cliff and pull this parachute. Okay, if you're overweight, this guy won't jump on you anyway, right? So we have to literally run off this cliff. Right, you cannot afford to get a heart attack there. You need help. You need time to go and do this. You need money because it's very expensive to just jump for 20 minutes. Right? Right? And one of the things that I didn't realize about what New Skin has given me, apart from this time, the money, the health, is what I call the mindset of youth. Because I posted this picture on my Facebook post, and my friends who are the same age as me, they said, "Wow, you went on this. Right? You must be very brave." I said, "You can go too." You know what's the response? They said, "No lah, we are too old for this." And then I'm thinking, we are very old, man. Right? Right? A lot of times it's all in the mind, and what you notice is when the people that you surround yourself with, the environment that you're in, it shapes the way you think. Right? In our environment here, it's always about youth. Look at the young people here. Right? It's all about you, so the mindset of you to keep you as you age. Okay, so like what Rosalind said, we travel a lot, we make a lot of friends, we do all kinds of things. Apart from whitewater rafting, we also go abseiling. So that's me, right? All of us look very brave here, but actually all very scared. Okay, but then we make lots of friends. We travel, we learn a lot of new things. Look at this picture. This is a picture that we took 2 years ago with our friends from Hong Kong, New Skin partners from Hong Kong. If you look carefully at this picture, 95% of these people in this picture are above 40 years old. Look carefully. Above 40 years old, yeah? Above 40 years old, above 40 years old. 95% of these people are above 40 years old. Cannot tell, right? They look very young, right?
Yes.
Right? So we work with like-minded people, we celebrate success as a team, right? It's always really fun for that. And what really struck me is this. This was us last year when we went on a cruise in Europe, all paid by museum. It was a free cruise. And this is a large majority of the people here are people in my team who went with me to this cruise. And my parents were here, and a lot of them also brought their parents. What I didn't realize is in fact, everybody there from my team who went, it was their first time to Europe. It was also their parents' first time to Europe. Right? It was my parents' first time to Europe. So the impact was, for me, was every time when we come and do a business, we do it for personal interest, self-interest. Right? But little did I realize that actually the more I succeed in this business, the impact on other people's lives is amazing. In fact, I have to impact their lives first before I can impact mine. Right? So because of that, every one of us went, and this is a picture, my parents. This is Aisu's mom. Right? My parents are in their 70s. Right? And then as usual, we will all do jump shots, right? So my parents wanted to do their own jump shot. But they're 70 years old. How to coordinate a jump shot, correct? So this is their version of a jump shot. But look at them. They're so happy. They're like kids. Again. Right? So this is the part of the business that this business not only impacts you, impacts your family, impacts the people around you and their families as well. Okay. Absolutely love this business. Now I just want to end with one last story. Okay, before 8 o'clock, right? I promise you 8 o'clock. Okay, just one last story. This is actually I noticed actually this machine I've had in my clinic for 1 year already. Time flies, yeah. 1 year. I want to show you this. This is of course the laptop. Now this is actually a camera. Okay. Now how many of you have gone to a dentist and done what we call a crown on your tooth? The crown means we have to trim around your whole tooth, and then we will use some yucky material to stick into your mouth. We make a model of it. We send it to the lab, and then 2 weeks later you come back and then they try and fit it in. Okay, and then if your tooth is still alive, then we have to keep jabbing you to make it numb every time you come, right? So what happens with this machine is that now I use this camera instead. So we trim around your tooth instead of using the materials to take the models of your teeth. I use this camera to take photos of your tooth. Okay, it goes into this computer, and then at my back office, I have this machine that mills out your crown. After I've taken photos of your tooth, right, I can actually mill out the crown. So at the end of it, instead of coming back 2 weeks later, in about an hour later, we can fit it in, and the fit is much better than when it's handmade because it's computer generated. Okay, so what I want to share with you is we were the first clinic to have this camera because this is the